Hey Bulls, how we doing? It's Chase McFeeters here with EVERBULLISH. I'm the portfolio manager of the fast-growing and very successful newsletter that specializes in swing trading, day trading, and long-term investing, but not like the other guys. Other than the subscription cost, there is no other fee involved in our outperformance. So again, thank you, Bulls. I say it every time, and I mean it every single day, maybe more today. Looking back on what we've done this year has been incredible, and I want to celebrate that by giving you guys a 25% off of the Substack. So this would make it $15 a month, or $150 a year. So thank you for that. Go ahead, and if you've been reading along and watching along and been financially constrained, get after it. I also have some data or information for you guys. Basically, I remember when I would go and still do talk to friends and family at the dinner table, there's no politics, no religion, and no money conversations, right? I can't help you with the first two, but I can help you with the money conversations. And I encourage you to have them pop up. There's a lot of folks that are still stuck in the old archaic ways of investing, very antiquated and unprofitable asset allocation portfolios. And we've done better than every firm out there because we don't follow the rules of what the governing authorities like the SEC require you, which is to basically water down portfolios. We build our portfolios high octane, we trade high octane, and we win a lot more than we lose, and we don't have very many down days. I'm not going to play this one. This is just a post I tore off of Instagram, and it's $1 a day invested since 1985, and it shows the amount that it would grow just in a fixed bank account. So a savings account right now, that'd be roughly 4%. It will go down to 3 soon. And then on the other, this red scale here, this shows you what it would grow to, and it's just an astronomical number. And that's if you're just in a regular S&P 500 fund. We don't buy S&P 500 funds because we know how to dissect it even better. And if you forgot how we do that, I'm going to revisit it here at the bottom. But I want you to think of this as your play sheet, like a quarterback on his arm. In case one of your uncles starts popping off about how bad the economy or the stock market is, or in case you have that just ultra defiant type of characters in your family that really don't want to admit how good things can be if they just work a little bit, or at least work on this a little bit. And it's always fun to win arguments, right? Best way to win an argument is not to have one. The second best way is to just repeat this, okay? So Bitcoin will always be better than Ethereum. Ethereum's picking up steam, but those are the only two coins that anybody should ever buy. And I'm going as far as to say that Bitcoin is such a superior asset that there's really no reason to own Ethereum either, unless you're trying to make a play on the transactional side of things. And it will go up with Bitcoin because it supports Bitcoin in certain types of basically certain types of language-based documents like banking agreements and trust for attorneys and things like that. Second thing, Robinhood is the best stock pick right now. If your aunt or uncle or mom or dad or neighbor or nephew or niece ask, hey, what's a good stock tip? Robinhood is going to go through the roof next year. It already has this year. My options traders can tell you how they've made over 300% on that if they've been rolling it monthly like I've suggested. And it'll be better than nearly every other stock in the indices, and it will absolutely do better than any other diversified mutual fund. So make sure you're buying some Robinhood. The symbol is HOOD on that one. I'll add this to the presentation here. Altcoins are shit. If somebody starts talking about even Doge and even Ripple and Tether and all of these guys that don't even listen to those people, try to encourage them to just stop investing in coins in general and start investing in the stock market, because altcoins are truly non-purpose having for the most part, and Bitcoin has taken over that space such that the altcoins can't even interact with them the way they used to and grow at the same time. So no altcoins. Robinhood is the best. Easy stock pick for really anybody. Bitcoin is better than Ethereum. Bonds are not deserving of being invested in a portfolio this year or next. We didn't have any bonds in our portfolio. We use proxies for bonds. I use high dividend stocks in real estate that pay a lot better. I believe we probably had about 9% return in our dividend portfolio. You're not going to find that in a bond fund. So remember that we're learning about bonds. Bonds are incredibly important. The bond market is 5 times the size of the stock market. Remember that one too. That'll come up. And then, yeah, essentially it's not right now. It's okay. It's like you don't wear white before Labor Day, right? After Labor Day, right? That's similar. Labor Day hadn't come for the bonds yet. The stock market is the best way to hedge slash protect against inflation. I'm worried about inflation. I know everybody's worried about inflation. Finally, we have some people in Washington that are worried about inflation, but just factually, the inflation by its nature is best hedged by the stock market. Um, the only place you're going to find the growth higher than an 8% inflation and an 11% real inflation, like we saw earlier this year, was in the stock market. Well, look what happened. That's funny because the regular stock market was up in the 20%, right? It beat inflation. Gold didn't beat it. Maybe if you bought it at the middle of the year, but gold typically doesn't beat it. Commodities are a good way to protect, but not the best. The bonds are the worst way to protect. And then the number one thing that I preach here on this channel that I want to get into everybody's head is just don't invest in the worst three sectors any year ever. I feel like I'm giving away too much every time I say this, but this is just a breakdown of what I'm talking about here. The stocks that were in our portfolio this year that made 55% versus the market, information technology, financials, and communication services, industrials, utilities, consumer discretionary, right? Okay, so this is like LV purses and jet skis and things that you don't have to buy, but you want to. Utilities is obviously what it is, water and energy and cable and natural gas. Industrials are like Caterpillar. Remember when we banked on Caterpillar and John Deere at the beginning of the year? That's what that's from. IT, we all know what IT is. That's tech stocks. Communication services is also tech stocks. Theoretically, there's some phone companies in there and stuff, but WhatsApp and all the other apps and Apple Message and all that is considered communication services. And then financials, banks, right? Well, what did we say that Robinhood was? It's both a bank and a crypto proxy, right? Okay, that's smart. But if you build a portfolio and you exclude materials, energies, and healthcare, I bet you anything you want with a monetary value, that just holding a portfolio of these top 7 sectors here will do better than if you own all 12. And your investment advisor, every investment advisor around the world, is required to tell you to have all of these because it's a law by the code of FINRA, which is basically the securities market. You don't need to know all that, but that's it. That's easy. That's how easy this can be. Let it be easy. Let your retirement date come 10 years earlier. Let that big vacation and that big house and that nice car and the gift to your kids and all of those things you want to get, let that be the easy part. Go out, live your life, have fun. And as my dad, a great man, always says, make hay while the sun is shining. So the sun is shining right now. This is a transparent market. I know I've talked so much about it, but it truly is. So you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I'll be down tomorrow, but use promo code THANKS. Tell a friend, tell a stranger, tell a neighbor, give this as a gift. We're going to really break some records next year, and the goal is to be the #1 newsletter on Substack, and my goal is a lot brighter than that. So if you guys can help me meet there, we're going to LFG, AFG, LGR. Let's get rich. Buy a portfolio. This promo code also applies to portfolios on the website. So let's get this done. Prices are going up next year. Have a great day, guys.